A portion of this video is sponsored by Kaspersky. More about them later on. The Huawei Nova Y61 is the latest addition to the company's widely popular Nova series. This series is generally aimed at value-conscious consumers, and the Nova Y61 seems to bridge the gap between cheap smartphones and mid-range devices. It has a modern-looking design, great cameras, and fantastic battery life. But is it worth your money? Well, let's find out. Hey, what's up guys, it's the South African tech YouTuber here, and welcome to my channel. I make tech videos, and a sub to the channel would be much appreciated. The Nova Y61 comes in at a price point of 3,000 rands, and at that price point, Huawei have crammed in all the important features with only a few compromises. The Nova Y61 looks sleek and modern, which really impressed me, as you would never say it houses a 5000 mAh battery. In fact, the phone doesn't even feel that heavy in the hand. The back panel is made from plastic, but the sides feel like solid aluminium, and the phone has a boxy shape to it which is similar to the iPhone's design. The phone comes in two colors, namely the midnight black and mint green, which I have here. In the camera department, the Nova Y61 has a triple camera setup. This includes a fantastic 50 megapixel main sensor, a macro lens, as well as a 2 megapixels depth sensor for bokeh shots. The cameras can get some very decent shots in good lighting conditions, and the colors are sharp and relatively accurate. Portrait mode works well on the phone and allows for some fantastic background blur when taking pictures. By default, the phone takes pictures at 12 megapixels, and you will need to go to high resolution mode in the settings in order to take pictures at 50 megapixels. The right hand side of the phone has the volume rockers and fingerprint sensor, which doubles as a lock button. The sensor is very fast and accurate and is conveniently placed so that my finger easily reaches it. If you want, you can also use the face unlock feature. However, I would recommend using the fingerprint sensor instead, as it is more secure. Speaking about security, did you know in the first 6 months of 2020, there was approximately 36 billion online data records which were breached? And out of these 36 billion records, 86% of these breaches were financially motivated. Now, I know a lot of you guys are very smart, and that's why you are subscribed to my channel, of course. And if you are as smart as you think, you should definitely be concerned and aware of your activity when using your phones, tablets, and laptops. Many people I have spoken to have used this phrase, "It won't happen to me," and have ended up losing huge sums of money due to malware, phishing, and other hacks. That's why I have partnered up with Kaspersky to ensure that you guys are not just a statistic. Kaspersky's industry-leading technology will keep you and your loved ones safe online by protecting your privacy and ensuring your payments done online are secure and safe from any hackers. If you want to be safe, guys, then definitely check Kaspersky out using my link in the bio. And remember, don't let it happen to you. Now, taking a look at the display, the Y61 has a huge 6.52-inch display. The size of the display is fantastic, and the high screen-to-body ratio allows for a more immersive media experience. The display has a 720p 60Hz refresh rate, and the panel is IPS. I do wish the phone had a 1080p 90Hz screen, but at this price point, it is acceptable. Having said that, watching media content on the screen is a good experience. The top of the screen houses the front camera, which has a 5 megapixel sensor with f2.2 aperture. The left-hand side of the phone has the hybrid dual SIM slot, and the top of the phone has the secondary microphone as well as the loudspeaker. The bottom houses the headphone jack, which is nice to see on a sleek phone with a massive battery. There is also the main mic and USB-C port for charging. Moving on to the battery, the Nova Y61 is fantastic. Huawei software coupled with the low-resolution 720p display translates to great battery life. The 5000 mAh cell can get you a full day of heavy usage quite comfortably, and even longer if you are a light user. the 22.5 watt fast charger given in the box does allow for a quick top-up if you really need it. Now, when I reviewed the Nova Y70 Plus, I was very critical of Huawei software, and I do have some updated thoughts on the software. So first of all, with Gbox and Lighthouse, it is much easier to install Google apps on this phone, which is great news for Huawei fans. The general EMUI experience is quite daunting if you haven't used it before. However, I found the best thing to do is to install a third-party launcher like Nova Launcher and install custom icons to give the software a more cleaner look. This is just personal preference. The final aspect to explore is the internals powering this phone. So it has the octa-core Kirin 710 processor made by Huawei. This is the same processor which was used on last year's Nova Y70 Plus, which is a more expensive phone. The phone comes with 4GB of RAM and 64GB of storage. Day-to-day performance using this device was for the most part good. Navigating through social media apps and web browsing are all fantastic. When it comes to gaming, I personally suggest playing lighter games, and if you do end up playing heavy games, use low settings to get smooth gameplay. Overall, I think at 3,000 rands, Huawei have put preference to the most important features that really matter to us consumers regarding our smartphones. And I think at this price point, you definitely won't be disappointed if you buy the Nova Y61. As always, thanks for watching my video, guys. And that's all from me. Have a fantastic day, and I'll see you in the next one.